Hey, I'm Kwesi. I'm bored, and today we're doing the Bends by Radiohead. Um, I've been asked about a lot of Radiohead, pretty much all their albums. Pretty much everything's been requested. I was gonna do Pablo Honey first, but a couple of my friends told me to actually start with this one. So that's what we're gonna do. I'll go back to that one if I see enough requests for it. Otherwise, I'll probably do OK Computer after this one, and then in Rainbows. But yeah, I was told this was a good starting spot. So we're here. I'm excited. We got 12 tracks. Um, a lot of like 4 minute runtimes, pretty much throughout the whole damn thing. So yeah, I'm ready to get into it. Let's start with Planet Telex. Yeah, let's get into it. Interesting cover, by the way.
Confess it, but it will not come. You can test it, but it will not fall. You can crush it, but it's always here. You can crush it, but it's always near. Chasing you home, singing you can force it, but it will stay stone. You can crush it as dry as a bone. You can walk it home straight from school. You can kiss it, you can break all the rules.
this was not this was a nice change of pace from what I'm used to. Mainly on the channel, it's been a lot of metal and like hard rock reactions. This was very different. Um, I don't know what genre this is. Is this alternative? I have no idea. Um, but yeah, this is a nice change of pace, almost like really calming in a way. I really like that song. Um, the lyrics were kind of it's weird. It's like soothing and suffering at the same time. I don't know how to explain it. Cause like the lyrics themselves were kind of dark, but it was like really soothing. That was interesting. Okay, that was first track. I really like that. Second track, title track, The Bends.
Where do we go from here? The words are coming out all weird. Where are you now? When I need you, alone on an airplane, falling asleep against the window pane. My blood will thicken. I need to wash myself again to hide all the dirt and pain, 'cause I'd be scared that there's nothing underneath. Who are my real friends? Have they all got the bends? Am I really sinking? They're slow. Baby's got the bends. Oh no. We're not having any real friends. No, no, no. Just lying about with my drip fit on, talking to my girlfriend, waiting for something to happen. I wish it was the 60s, I wish we could be happy. I wish that something would happen. Where do we go from here? The planet is a Gundam in a sea of fear. And where are you? Brought in the CIA, the tanks and the home marines to blow me away, to blow me sky. Baby's got the bends. We're not having it real friends. Just lying about with a drip fit on, talking to my girlfriend, waiting for something to happen. I wish it was the 60s, I wish we could be happy. I wish that something would. I wanna breathe. I wanna be part of the universe. I wanna be part of the universe. Where do we go from here? The words are coming out all weird. Where are you now? When I need you.
That was a really cool track. It was almost like like a cry for help. Cause I know the Bends are when I literally saw a movie about this. The Benz one, isn't it like when deep sea divers, uh, it's like what happens with your like compression and stuff. And it can kill you. You could if you're not like in like a compression, is it a compression tube or whatever, or decompression tank or whatever, for long enough, or that's what you experience while you're in there, right? Because of the changes in pressure and all that. But I think because what, this is their second album, right? Is this like a metaphor for like actual pressure, like for them, like as artists or something, like getting bigger? I could be wrong. I have no idea. I'm thinking I might be thinking too much into it. Yeah, I really like the sound of that one. Um, the guitar on that record was really nice on that track. Um, and I like the singer's voice so far. It's interesting. This is a nice change of pace from what I'm used to. So I like that. I like this one so far. Let's get to track three. High and dry.
Two jumps in a week, bet you think that's pretty clever, don't you, boy? Flying on your motorcycle, watching all the ground beneath you drop. You kill yourself for recognition, kill yourself to never ever stop. You broke another mirror, you're turning into something you are not. Don't leave me high, don't leave me dry, don't leave me high, don't leave me dry. Drying up in conversation, you'll be the one who cannot talk. All your insides fall to pieces, you just sit there wishing you could still make love. They're the ones who hate you when you think you got the world all so stars. They're the ones who spit at you. You'll be the one screaming out. Don't leave me high.
This is definitely really relatable for people in relationships. I feel like that was a really cool track. I liked how raw the vocals were. You could literally hear his voice cracking at times. The acoustic guitar was really cool, and it set the tone really well. Especially since drums didn't come in for like over a minute in the track. Um, so that was interesting. Um, it's weird because like it seemed like a deeply personal or emotional track, but the melody was like kind of vibrant at times. But yeah, it was very like bittersweet song. Um, but also, man, I don't know how to explain it because the acoustic guitar, like it's like almost helping mask like the like sad, like kind of deceptive like nature of the chorus. That was cool. That was a cool track. That was one of the really strong ones so far. That was probably the strongest one, in my opinion. Track four, Fake Plastic
Green plastic watering can for a fake Chinese rubber plant and a fake plastic girl. And she bought from a rubber man in a town full of rubber plants to get rid of itself. The world's around. The world's around. The world's around. The world's around. She lives with a broken mind, a crackpot of styrene man who just crumbles and burns. Used to do surgery for girls in the 80s, but gravity always wins. And the world's around. The world's around. The world's around. She looks like the real thing. She tastes like the real thing. My fake plastic love. But I can't help the feeling. I could blow through the ceiling if I just stayed around. And it wears me out. It wears me out. It wears me out. It wears me out.
Um, yeah, I really like these like softer songs. So far, yeah, this one like I feel like this one. I mean, it touched on in a couple parts like artificial like standards of like society and stuff. And like the inevitability of time and stuff like that. Um, it gave like a suspended like feeling at times. It was really that was so interesting. Like I don't trying to think of yeah. I have to listen to that again later. That wow. Yeah, this is really really good music. There's so many like little things. I don't want to be harping on like stuff too much like song to song, but yeah, there's like a lot of really cool like interesting little elements that like add a lot to the atmosphere of the tracks so far. Let's get to track 5, Bones.
Don't wanna be crippled and cry. Shoulders rest, knees and back. Ground to dust and ash. Crawling on all fours. We got to feel like any burns. We got to feel like any burns. Now I can't climb the stairs. Pieces missing everywhere. Prozac painkillers. We got to feel like any burns. We got to feel like any I used to fly like Peter Pan on the cherry floor and I touch their hands. So you got to feel like any burns. So you got to feel like
You know, that is probably my favorite track so far. I don't know what they're alluding to specifically. But I'm assuming like rough meaning I would say is I mean if it's about them then I'm assuming like just over time like working so much probably I guess traveling a lot maybe for shows or just like making music in general. Um they just feel like they're not like the same as they used to when they're younger. That's kind of the sentiments I'm getting from here. I loved the chorus. I loved how like the sound of it was really cool. I'm trying to think like the I don't know how to describe like the voice, but it's like the vocals like not even really screeching, but it's like almost like echoing kind of. I don't know how to it was like really particular how it sounded. But I liked it. I really liked it. And yeah, like the groove breakdown with the guitar during the choruses was really nice. And then it would like um pummel it would and get to like a like turned like slowed like stop like section afterwards into the verses, and that was nice. Yeah, that might be my favorite track right now. I really like that one. Let's go track 6, Nice Dream.
They love me like I was a brother. They protect me, listen to me. They dug me my very own garden, gave me sunshine, made me happy. Nice dream, nice dream, nice dream. I call up my friend the good angel, but she's out with her answer phone. She says that she'd love to come help us. The sea would electrocute us all. Nice dream, nice dream, nice dream, nice dream, nice dream, nice dream, nice dream. If you think that you're strong enough, nice dream. If you think you belong enough, nice dream. If you think that you're strong enough, nice dream. If you think you nice dream, nice dream, nice dream, nice dream.
That was so soothing. And honestly, like sentiments of like escapism and stuff, that was like pretty relatable to me. Like performative, like performative optimism is like something I feel like I've seen like a lot in different like points in my like life so far. So that was something that stuck out to me on there. I don't even know if that was the message on that song, but I kind of got some of that from it. Um, I'd say the thing that stuck out musically to me the most were acoustic like arpeggios on there. If that's what that was, I think that's what that was. Um, yeah, I have to listen to this one a couple. I'm definitely listening to this whole thing like literally right after I finish recording this. I'm gonna listen to this again. This is definitely my type of vibe. I really like this. If all their music's like this, I'm checking out all their albums ASAP. Track 7, yo.
Can't get the stink out. He's been hanging around for days. Comes like a comet. Suck at you, but not your friends. And then he'll get to you and teach you how to be a holy cow. You do it to yourself, you do. And that's why Radiohead says you do it to yourself, just you. You and no one else. You do it to
That riff is so
yourself.
nice.
Do it to yourself. Don't get my sympathy hanging at the 15th floor. I changed your locks 3 times. I still come reeling through the door. One day I'll get to you and teach you how to get to pure rest. Hell, you do it to yourself, you do. And that's why Radiohead says you do it to yourself, just you. You and no one else. You do it to yourself. Do it to yourself. You do it to yourself, you do. And that's why Radiohead says you do it to yourself, just you. You and no one else. You do it to yourself. You do it to
That was um honestly, well, the next track title's crazy. That was a standout. And honestly, not only my favorite track, um, there was a guitar riff. There were like two or three different guitar like riffs in there. Uh, that like shifted sonically and reminded me of this group that I listened to in college before. Like, they're called the Avalanches. I've listened to like one project by them, but I used to listen to it a lot. It reminded me of them. Um, it's like really cryptic with some of the lyrics. Uh, almost like almost like a suicide note kind of. It was so interesting. Um, and also like talking about like art and like explanations, like judgment. Um, yeah, the delivery was so cool on the chorus. On, it's not quite anthemic, but almost, I'd say. Um, yeah, easily my favorite track on here so far. That's definitely my favorite track on here so far. Track 8, My Iron Lung. It might not be working. I might have to. There Um, that like explosion on the chorus was not like at all what I was expecting initially. Um, the riff crawls like in like over and over like throughout the track. Um, there's literally feedback screeching throughout the whole thing. Um, was this like how was this recorded? Because it sounded different from anything else I've heard on here. Um, yeah, that was man, that was crazy. I don't like the take to get it to sound like that. I wonder what that took because that sounded crazy. And the chorus was kind of sarcastic for like the actual lyrics. It being almost like a chant or like a live like show like anthem, even though like all the stuff they're talking about on there, and even the title too, like going with that. Yeah, that was really cool. Um, that was a nice, interesting twist from what I've generally heard on here so far. So yeah, let's get into track 9. Bulletproof. I wish I was.
Limb by limb and tooth by tooth, staring up inside of me. Every day, every hour, wish that I was bulletproof. Wax me, mold me, beat the pins and stab them in. You have turned me into this. Just wish that it was bulletproof. Was bulletproof. So pay me money to take a shot that filled a hole in me. I could burst a million bubbles, a surrogate.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like a lot of the stuff I've said about like the acoustics on this thing so far. I feel like I'll just be echoing like the same sentiments so far for that. I liked almost like the verbal like swooning with the lyrics on this one and the vocals. Um, Drumming was to a minimum on this, pretty much just like a kick, I think, really, not much. Um, and the guitars, I feel like really were good at establishing the atmosphere here. Um, and like almost like charming or like shimmering throughout. So yeah, I'd say the vocals were probably the highlight of this track. It was a nice chill track. It wasn't anything like super crazy for me. It was a little vulnerable and a little I'd say more personable here. So let's get to track 10, Black Star.
I get home from work and you're still standing in your dress and got what I do. I know all things around your head. What did you do? What are we coming to? What are we gonna do? Blame it on the black star. Blame it on the falling sky. Blame it on the satellite that brings me home. Troubled words of a troubled mind. I try to understand what is eating you. I try to stay awake, but it's 50 hours since that I last slept with you. What are we coming to? Just a I get on the train and I just stand about now that I don't think of you. I keep falling over, I keep passing out when I see a face like you. What am I coming to?
I don't even know what to. Man, that was. The guitar style in there was really cool. I relate to that one a lot more than most tracks on here, personally. Um, man, yeah, that was really good. There was like a sense of like despair almost in the chorus. Um, and the harmonies of the guitar and everything. Um, yeah, that was a dope track. That was a really good track. Wow. I don't want to like be harping on like the same things too much. I really like that one. Track 11. So
through the big wall bats back. You sit there and sit there and blow. You're so pretty when you're on your knees, disinfected and eager to breathe. Each time it comes, it eats me alive. I try to relate, but it eats me alive. So I declare holiday, fall asleep, drift away.
oof, I felt that one. Oh wow. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oof. Like you can literally hear like you can hear like the emotions in his voice, like frustration and like man, like I don't even know how to explain. Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest. I really can't explain like what I'm feeling right now from that. That track was really good. The guitar, like howling. on the chorus. Um, like the harmonic element, they have a really good, like, interesting way of like establishing harmonic elements with the different instruments and the vocalist, like the lead vocalist. Um, that I haven't been hearing as much from other groups. I'll be honest. Only ones I'll say is like a Led Zeppelin, a Pink Floyd, or like a Black Sabbath, maybe even. Um, but yeah, there's not a lot of other groups that I feel it like the same way. Honestly, and also like the mixture of like really like soothing, smooth, like softer songs, and then ones like this that like ramp up and build up, and all the tracks are like around 4.5 minutes, so they're pacing themselves still. All right, let's get on to, I think, the final track, track 12. Um, Street Spirit, Fade Out.
Rows of houses all bearing down on me. I can feel the hands touching me. All these things into position. All these things will one day swallow whole. Communicate these thoughts and the strength.
These tracks are like, it's like an ambient feeling, but it's one that you've been like holding on to for like a while and then like letting it all go. And it's like not perfect, but it's alive, like it's developing, it's evolving, it's exploring things that you might not be comfortable exploring, but you know that they need to be, dug back up or touched on. And this album does all those things well. Yeah, that was a fantastic way to end the project. Um, this was a really, really good record, like easily like 9.3 out of 10 for me. Like this is really, really good. Um, it's not perfect and it doesn't need to be. And I don't know the history of this group, so I can't really attest to like earlier work before this, but it seems like they were struggling with, I guess, the way they're not their identity, but how they're being identified by other people, whether that be like fans, media, or whatever. I'm assuming they must have had like a really big song or something. The way just like the lyrics, like with fame and like authenticity. Um, what was the? I'm trying to think of the other word. Like there was, it's a word that I was thinking about, like the whole uh like oh, empathy, like performative, like empathy, like within like creative like freedoms, liberties, and art and stuff, and like the way people value like things in society, like maybe even like consumerism, honestly. But yeah, like yeah, that was like this was really cool. This was a really good project. uh I understand why Radiohead's like always been lauded as like really influential and just like really high quality and high caliber. OK Computers, like the one I've heard is like the magnum opus and stuff. It's always been lauded as like it's in that like top 100 list that like I always see. It's always in there. Um, Definitely need to get to that within the coming weeks. We'll get to that one. But I wanted to start here. Yeah, this was a really good album. I really like this one. This might be one of my among my favorites. It was also something different. I like having a change of pace. I can't always be listening to just metal on here. Cause trust me, my brain will like start to actually collapse. Like man, cause I like to stay focused and be real during these. I don't want to gloss over stuff. If I'm over consuming like the same thing, it's gonna not be like real to me. So yeah, I really like this one. I'm literally gonna go listen to this one again. I'll see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what albums you want to hear me react to next. And any tidbits about this album, leave them in the comments, please. And just information on the band in general. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.